looking for that extra edge over the competition? Whether it's button boxes, full-size wheel kits, plug-and-play instrumentation, or custom fabrication, you can get it all from BeeLine Sim. This is the finish line. This is BeeLine. Visit us on the web at beelinesim.com.
Welcome everyone to ECR League's broadcast of the BeeLine Sim Series at Atlanta. I'm going to be your host tonight, Christian Snyder. Hopefully we get someone to join up here in the booth, but for now, I am the solo commentator for tonight. But we sure do have a good one for you tonight at Atlanta. It is 90 degrees out here, so the track's going to be a little bit slick for these guys, but no struggle for these ECR drivers. It's partially sunny, so the track's getting pretty hot. I took a look at it before the race. It was 109 degrees out there. And so far, based on practice, it hasn't actually been as loose as I thought it would be. So the setup seems to be pretty good for these guys. Should be a pretty good show. So now we'll go ahead and go down trackside while these guys are doing their drivers meeting, and we'll listen to the national anthem. Alright, welcome back everyone. Looks like the track temperature actually went up since I checked. It's now 112 degrees, so track keeps getting hotter, keeps getting slicker. These boys, I'm sure, are loving it. As you can see, these boys are now out practicing. Just running a few laps before qualifying starts here. Qualifying should be really close. I mean, I'm looking at the times. You see 33rd place is only 5/10 off. So, these guys are really close together in speed. So qualifying should be interesting. And the top 5, I know, are all within 1/10 of each other. So that should be interesting to see who gets the pole for tonight's race. Also, another note, last year's champion did not get to race last week, but is here this week. So he'll be in here. Caleb Sheets is racing tonight. He's going to try to defend his championship this season. So, unfortunately, he wasn't able to race last week, but he is here this week. But he's got competition right now. Point standings. Ronnie Norman is the points leader right now. That's the only reason I know that is because I raced for him in the truck series. So he was bragging about that. Don't know where the other guys are. I'll have to look into that, check for you guys. But it's really close with everyone after last week. Daytona was a great show that these guys put on. A great show. Hey, if Anthony wants to join the booth, yeah, sure. Send him on up. Viewers always love having him up here. I see Jim Peterson said there's no sound, but everything looks good on my end. Alright, well, while these guys are qualifying, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Qualifying should be over in about 2 minutes, roughly. So we'll take a quick commercial break here.
The Desk Dash from BeeLine Sim. A fully functional USB-powered gauge cluster for your sim rig that comes with a 10,000 RPM tachometer, oil temperature, water temperature, oil pressure, and fuel level gauges. At BeeLine Sim, we integrate professional-grade gauges from Marshall Instruments, control hardware and software from simprojects.com, and our own cross-connects and chassis fabrication to bring you a plug-and-play solution that is pre-tested, pre-assembled, and pre-configured. The Desk Dash has a programmable shift indicator, warning indicators, and your choice of orange or white backlighting with the flick of a switch. The Desk Dash, only from BeeLine Sim. If you're looking for realism, it doesn't get any better than this. This is the finish line. This is BeeLine. Visit us on the web at BeelineSim.com. This is the finish line. You don't get here by quitting the race a few laps early, or by driving at half throttle. You get here by giving it 100%. So if you're a sim racer, why would you settle for a steering wheel that's only 80% of what you need? Instead, upgrade your stock G27 with a full-size wheel from BeeLine Sim products. BeeLine Sim provides customized controls and systems integration for the sim racer that's looking for an extra edge over the competition. Our wheel upgrade kits are pre-wired to plug right into your G27 with no loss of button or shift indicator functionality. Everything comes complete, including the full-size 13.5-inch Grant Formula GT wheel, HDPE adapter hub, button plate made from 1/4-inch ABS plastic, along with all of the connectors and mounting hardware you need. So why settle for 80% of a wheel when you can have 100% with an upgrade kit from BeeLine Sim? This is the finish line. This is BeeLine. Visit us at BeelineSim.com.
Alright, so these boys are going to get rolling now. They're gridding up here.
Christian, you got a copy?
I do indeed.
All right, there we go. Wasn't working before. Awesome. Glad to be here, man.
Glad to have you. Oh, we're
I
gonna.
totally missed qualifying there, man. Who we got on the pole?
Oh, it looks like Nick Olson there, number 24.
24.
Yeah, you got Josh Conover in 2nd. Looks like 28, Ronnie Norman in 3rd. The rest still not loading. I love our IRTV. 14. Dalton Tucker, 15. Looks like... find his name. Where's his name? Brad Bohr. Okay, there's your top 5. Well, those loaded correctly, but everything else is all jumbled. I love IRTVO.
We'll get it worked out. Long season, man. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Josh Conover's qualifying attempts. He told me last night that he's not very good at qualifying, and he got the pole last night in our Truck Series race. And here he sits on the outside pole here tonight for the B cars. So BeeLine Sim Series, you guys can check out them BeeLine Sim products. Some great products. If you're into iRacing and you're into racing online, period, they got some great products out there. Check out the BeeLine Sim. They sponsor us here for this B Card series.
Tell you what, 100 laps. This is going to be a long and fun race here.
Yeah, last night's race was about an 85 lap race, a little over an hour. It wasn't that long. This one, I think these guys might go green a little bit longer. I believe there was 4 or 5 cautions last night, and but it's a green flag racing. They started green flag pit stops when the first caution came out, or the second caution. So might even see some green flag pit stops here tonight, being as these are a little bit less fuel efficient than the trucks are.
Yeah, and the setup it seemed really, really good for these guys. I heard that you can run it wide open throttle for about 6 laps if you want to. I think the key words there is if you want to, because you don't want to wear these tires off this early. But here we go. Pace car is in, and we are
green.
Second race in the BeeLine Sim Series of the season, and Nick Olson got a real good start there.
An issue with joining the lobby here. Let me try again.
Ronnie Norman underneath Josh Conover for second here.
Tell you what, Nick Olson looked like he had a really good jump on that restart there, man. That's what you want to do. You want to take off early. You want to try to get away from the pack. And if you're not a leader, you just want to try to stay out of trouble right now and not try to go 3 wide this early in a race. As long as these boys stay out of 3 wide moments and play it patient here, you're going to see some really excellent racing.
Yeah, tell you who's not having a good start. Josh Conover from second back to fourth already here. Seems like Ronnie Norman and Dalton Tucker just ate him right up there on the start.
Hey, Matt Sisson, thanks for tuning in, man. Haters make us famous. We appreciate you.
Well then, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, did you see the comments
I
there?
did.
One of the guys who got removed from the league, he was basically trying to make money off the league on his own, and yeah, just a long story. A lot of drama, and didn't belong here, so he's a little bit sour about that situation, but it's okay. We'll move on. ECR will be great.
Yeah, the slogan for this year, make ECR great again.
That's right, buddy.
Oh, we got a pass for the lead. Ronnie Norman up to the lead now.
Ronnie said he wants to lead the most laps tonight. Can't do that unless you're leading, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's the points leader right now, so he wants to stay out front as long as he can and get as many bonus points.
Yeah, Ronnie moved up. He was the Truck Series champion last year. If you guys didn't know, Ronnie Norman here leading the race, Truck Series champion last year, moved up to the B cars this year, running for a B car championship. And I assume at the end of this year, he'll probably move up to Cup and be a force to reckon with there as well.
Hey, what though? Dalton Tucker is not letting him pull away. He's right there on him.
We had a really fun practice this week. We had a practice for every series. We had a truck, B car, and a Cup car practice. And I'll tell you what, Atlanta has been fun, especially since you've been at Daytona. We've been doing about a month practice for Daytona. We practice a lot in this league for Daytona. So when we get past Daytona now, everybody's just so happy to actually go on to the real track. A lot of people say this is where the real season begins. Gotta agree with them, man. Always fun, always some great racing here at Atlanta.
Yeah, I was kind of wore out with Daytona after Wednesday. I was like, enough Daytona. It came to the NASCAR iRacing series fixed, Daytona 500, and I was like, nope, not doing it.
I didn't do it either. I can't blame you, man. I mean, when you do enough racing in the league, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. It was just too much Daytona for me. You guys are already pretty spread out throughout the field. Not really that many battles going on.
Noticing a lot of lag with the number 6 right now. They're kind of complaining about it on the track here. So you might see the 6 of Josh Sheets lose a few positions here. I know he's been having some internet issues, and I'd hate to see a wreck happen. You never want to see a wreck happen from a guy who's lagging a little bit. So we try to tell these guys they're lagging, and they do the best they can to just stay out of the way and try to log some laps until it hopefully clears up.
Yeah, I just seen him pull an Austin Dillon and go up into the catch fence. So yeah, definitely a little bit of lag issues going on there.
I seen him doing an autograph signing session there up there with the crowd a few laps ago.
Looks like we do have a little bit of a battle here between the 23 and 22. It's Scott Hunsinger and Jonathan Lizell here. That's for 12th place. Jonathan Lizell all over the back of Scott.
Oh yeah, Jonathan's one of our rookies here, coming in this year, his first time, so he's definitely going to race hard and try to make a name for himself. Scott Hunsinger, one of the league admins here, and I believe he's running for a championship here in the B car series, BeeLine Sim Series. An admin in the league, does a lot of work behind the scenes. Great guy, man. Scott, he's a hard racer. He's not going to give you anything.
Got another battle right up in front of them. Looks like Jai Hatterick and George Munger now. George Munger trying to make the pass on the inside. So now there seems to be a lot of passing now. Tires are starting to wear off. People who are saving are starting to show, and people who weren't are starting to fall back.
We got to get this lead pack here, man. This is some great racing going on up front. We just had 4 cars side by side by side by side. Now it kind of broke up a little bit there, but it was intense there for a few. Dalton Tucker now took over the lead.
Yeah, Dalton now trying to say, hey, enough of you guys leading. Now I want the most laps led. So 3 different leaders already, and we're not even a quarter of the way done with this race.
Oh, I see some green flag pit stops for sure, and that's where you want to nail it, man. If you can't hit your pit stops, you will be in trouble, and that's how Justin Bland won the Cup Series race in Daytona. It came down to some green flag pit stops. He nailed them every time, and that's what it took, man. I mean, you got Dalton Tucker leading right now. That 28 of Ronnie Norman, 24 Nick Olson in 3rd, Josh Conover in 4th with Josh Susi rounding out that top 5 right now. These boys are on it.
Jeremy Rubin possibly might be taking a look here. Oh, we got a wreck.
That's a caution.
All right, buddy, you had a couple laps by yourself there. How'd it feel?
Looks like the 41 has severe damage.
I think this is with the 88 and the 7.
take a look here. 7 looks like he's looking underneath, and oh, he just gives him a little tap there. And the 88 just couldn't quite hold it. Almost had it saved, but then he nosed it right into the wall. 40, I think that was 41, got into him pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm not the race controller here tonight. We have Nick Edwards as race control. It'll be interesting to see how they call this one.
That one's a toughie. You know, I'd say probably the 7. I only looked at it once, and it kind of looked like the 7 kind of came in there a little bit hot on exit, came up. Looks like Josh Sheet's going to stay out and get a lap led. He was having those internet issues, and he's going to get a lap led there. Looks like Joshua Witherspoon took 2 tires. He'll be outside, starting second. Wow, Dalton Tucker the whole way back to 7th on this one now. Bad stop for him. That leads to what you were saying. You know, you got to be good on these pit stops too.
So they're going to give an EOL on the 7 and the 88 because they feel like that could have been avoided by both of them. 7 went on the inside, less room than he probably wanted, and the 88, I guess, closed in on him. That's the way race controller just looked at that. So they gave 2 EOLs for that caution there. 7 and the 88. 7 the Terry Griffey in that Tide car, and Matthew Hibbs that 88 Mountain Dew car.
That's interesting. I mean, I do see that the 88 did come down a little bit, but I don't know about that much.
If it was me, and this is just me, it's my opinion, I would give this on the 7 because just trying to pull that move and the room that was there. I mean, he was just trying to take a room that wasn't there. But he's the race controller. He's going to call it like he sees it. And this is what guys got to realize is if you're going to pull these maneuvers, this is an opinion on race control, and he's the man. So he's the one that's going to make these calls. And I haven't always agreed with race control. I remember I got black flagged one time for pulling my left tires over a third pit stall. You have to pull into your pit stall, and really you can't drive through more than 3 pit stalls before you get to yours. And I had my left tires had just crossed the line. I got a black flag for it. So he was very anal about that rule. It was like, man, there goes my race. But some of these guys are a little bit more strict than others, and that's what makes race control so much fun.
Yeah, it just all depends on the opinion. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's what makes it interesting. It's different every time.
I think Ronnie Norman's going to come out in the lead there.
Yeah, that was a lightning fast pit stop there by the R&R guys. Joshua Witherspoon did take, I think, 2 tires or maybe gas only, and then he went back down into the pits. I think he only did that to get a lap led. But pace car is off, and let's see when they go green here.
Green
There they go.
flag.
Green flag is out. Ronnie with a good start there. Oh, man. It was close between Nick Olson and Josh Susie.
God, the racing going on right now is so intense, man. It's, you know, a 100-lap race. These boys know it's not going to be a long, long race, so they want to try to get every position they can, and boy, are they being aggressive.
Oh, Nick Olson trying on the outside of Josh Susie here. Meanwhile, Dalton Tucker's going to take advantage of that and try on the inside of Nick Olson. Oh, and Nick Olson into the wall. I don't know if he had help getting in there or if he just got in a little too high, but he's into the wall and he is going way, way back now. Yeah, he'll be back to 20th position. Ouch.
You know, a guy I'm looking at right now, Christian, is the number 1 of Justin Michael, who qualified 31st. He was second fastest in practice. He qualified 31st, and he is now to the 11th position. He has 2 wins in ECR. He won 2 races at Daytona last week, and he had a shot to win Atlanta. He was on his way, moving there. It just didn't work out in his favor, but he is definitely on the move here tonight.
Yeah, he's actually up to 9th now, so he is definitely on a move. He's looking on the outside of Jerome Gustin. Now trying to get 8th. That outside seems to be working pretty good.
Yeah, that outside's great because you can save your tires. If you can pin the guy down and not give him a run off the corners, you're going to make them turn harder to stick it down in there, and you're going to get a nice run off. So the outside probably early on in a run is where you want to be to have a good car in the long run here. And as you just saw, he took that position. He has his sights set now on the rest of the field there to take 7th position. He's looking at Jonathan Lazelle right now in that 23 car.
I don't know many of the teams as far as drivers that are on it, but I do know one team. That's Ronnie Norman Racing, and all 3 of their drivers are 1st, 2nd, and 3rd right now. So they obviously know what they're doing as far as Atlanta. I need to study that team chart. I'm telling you. Just like memorize it, read it in my head while I sleep, something like that. Luis Almaso trying to get up there and that up.
Ronnie Norman, man, has the lead. He's not looking back. He has a .83 lead on Dalton Tucker right now.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he stopped at the Truck Series Championship. You know, some people peak at the Truck Series Championship. I don't think he's one of them. Hopefully, you know, when we come to real life, William Byron isn't a peaker in Truck Series. Because, you know, he's going over to Junior Motorsports in real life, and I think he's going to do great there.
You know, if he gets signed with Junior Motorsports, I think he'll be very successful. And a lot of these guys, their success reigns on where they sign in that Cup Series because, as you know, there's not a lot of successful teams in the Cup Series. I mean, Eric Jones, one of them guys who I think had a lot of success in the Xfinity Series, and now that he's coming up into the Cup Series, I'm not so sure with the team he has as backup equipment. I like to look at it like they're not his primary goal, you know, and he's not going to be as successful as he was in the Xfinity Series based off the fact that he's not on a top tier team right now, in my beliefs. You know, you look at Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott had a perfect ride, you know, coming into Cup, bam, Hendricks, number 24. I mean, you got it going on. You look at Kyle Larson. If Kyle Larson ran for Hendricks, that'd be a hell of a ride for him. And he'd probably have a lot more success. But he's making it happen with what he has right now.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is doing, in my opinion, better than Chase Elliott is, because he's got a win in his book as far as last season went, you know, and in his rookie season, he was, you know, doing really good. Maybe not leading as much as Chase Elliott, but still doing really good on his rookie year. But it's a close between Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott as far as who I would go for after Junior retires, because, of course, Junior, you got to go for Junior.
Oh, yeah. Junior Nation, baby. Hey, we got Justin Michael in the 5th position right now. He's only 1.5 back. He's looking at 4th. I'm telling you, keep your eyes out on that number 1 car. He's working his way forward here.
Yeah, he's working his way forward, but is he burning up his tires maybe too early? You know, it's all about tire saving here. So there's a fine line between good driving and, you know, burning off the tires.
This is true. This is true. He's running about the same laps as the leader right now, Ronnie Norman, faster than everybody in front of him. So if he's burning them, I think so is Ronnie. But I think you have to be careful. I mean, you can run really good laps right now and not burn them tires if you're running the right line. That's how Atlanta works. You have to run the right line. And as long as you're going in nice and smooth, you come out nice and smooth, you can save these tires. It can happen. I think he just needs to be a little bit patient here right now and let the 2 cars in front of him work it out. Once something happens, make something happen. But it's going to be really hard to try to get around the next 2 cars because these guys are battling close right now. And that's number 4 of Luis Salmaso in the 4th position, working on the number 81 of Josh Susi in that 3rd position.
And they've been like that for the past, I'd say, about 8 or 9 laps while we were talking about the real life NASCAR. They've been battling like this for a while. Got Ronnie Norman working through lap traffic now as he goes underneath Matthew Cisna.
You said Matthew Cisna.
Matthew Hibbs. My bad. There's too many
Cisna's old news.
Yeah, Matthew Cisna is old news. Yeah, I apologize. I made a paint scheme for him. It was a nice paint scheme. Now it's going to waste.
Talking about Hibbs' paint scheme there?
No, the other one.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's going to waste somewhere. It's in a garage, rusting. You know.
I don't know what Hibbs got into there, but he looks like he recycled all the parts on this car here, the 88 Matthew Hibbs. His car is wrecked and ruined beyond belief right now. So the fact that he's still out here doing laps, man, he's just trying to make something happen here and get the best position he can. He has heart, that's for sure.
You don't want a DNF in this series, in this BeeLine series. You'll get a fine, and plus, you know, owner's points is going to kill you. So you got to get every single lap you can, because you never know. Someone else might DNF and you gain points, just like that. So you got to stick with it.
Yeah, for the guys out there that don't know, we have a simulated fun series like no other, man. I mean, we do payouts. There's costs. There's DNFs. If you DQ, there's a fine for that. So, you know, we have probation and everything else. And if you do not finish the race, you pay a cost per series. It's different. So I think it's 150K. The DQ is where it changes, but I believe it's 150K for the DNF. Scott Hunzinger does our funds for every series. He's one of our admins, and he'll at the end of the week let everybody know what they made and lost, and then we update those funds on the website. So got to have enough funds to run your teams. You could potentially come in, run a team, go broke, and have to sell a car just to make some money back. You know, we have not had that happen yet, thankfully, but it's always something that could happen given the circumstance.
Tell you what, while we were talking there, Justin Michael just passed Josh Susi. So he's up to 4th now. He is coming.
And Austin Osborne disconnected there. He was running pretty well. And I believe something happened to him there early in the race. He's showing 18 laps down, but he was 8th fastest in practice. He didn't qualify. He started 36, so something must be happening for him tonight. I know he was coming in here as a sub, but it's unfortunate.
I know someone said that they had a tornado warning, so that could be him.
Oh, maybe. I'll tell you what, let me correct myself. He is not a sub tonight. He was just in the wrong number. Austin Osborne runs the 13, and they didn't get the numbers set correct. We have a few guys in the wrong number here tonight, but he's normally number 13. He's driving for Nick Olson tonight, so that's unfortunate. Nick Olson's going to be paying for the DNF. He's the owner of that car, and that's just how it works, man. You never want to see a guy DNF, so hopefully he makes it back. If he does reconnect, he's allowed to come back out here and finish the race.
Yeah, unlike real NASCAR, you pull your car into the garage, you're done. Honestly, that new rule, I don't know what to think of it. I really don't. Five-minute clock and all that. Oh, we got pit stops. We got green flag pit stops here.
Green flag pit stops. I love this.
Dalton Tucker, the first one to take on the pit road here. I think the reason being is he dropped back off of Ronnie Norman from, I think, like 0.7 down to 1.2 within like 3 or 4 laps, and he was just like, enough's enough. Pull in.
Yeah, we got Dalton Tucker, Jonathan Boger, Josh Mayu, Chris Steele, Jeremy Morrison, Tony Diamond, Ronnie Norman, all in the pits right now. Justin Michaels coming in for a stop. A lot of green flag pit stops going on right now.
Luis Almaso going to stay out an extra lap and try to get a lap lead here. He stays out more than one more extra lap. It really hurts you with the short pitting, cars short pitting ahead of you. And see, he's going to stay out another lap. That's going to hurt him in the long run there.
Got to watch these guys coming out, because one of the rules in ECR is you have to be on the apron exiting the pits and enter the track on the backstretch when you're up to speed. So anybody who joins the track before the backstretch might catch a black flag, and we'll try to keep you updated if that does and so happen. Tony Diamond in the 47 just lost it on the backstretch there, trying to come out of the pits. Tony Diamond in the 47 turns it around and gets it into the wall, man. That's a tough break for Tony Diamond. I know he works hard in that Smith & Wesson number 47. See if he brings it back to pit road or just continues to go on.
Yeah, I know from experience that this apron is unforgiving. Absolutely unforgiving.
He will, in fact, bring it back to the pits and try to repair that, man. Tough break for Tony Diamond.
Yeah,
got a lot of guys lapped down right now, Christian.
Yeah, and you know, that strategy, the reason that some of those cars stayed out is they were hoping that a caution comes out. That's exactly what they're doing, but now you see Josh Susie going to bring it in. Now that the caution's not going to come out. But that sometimes is a good strategy, forcing those cars that were lapped down to take the wave around. It sometimes works. Not all the time, but you know, it can sometimes work to your favor. You'll see when these guys cycle around, Josh Susie is going to be way behind the leader.
I think Tony might be done unless he's preparing right now, but he's already about 4 laps down, and a lot of damage there on that 47 machine. Tell you what, Caleb Sheep's leading right now.
That's last year's champion right there.
And as I said that, Josh Witherspoon takes over the lead.
When this thing cycles out, it looks like Dalton Tucker is going to be the leader. He had a really good pit stop compared to Justin Michael and Ronnie Norman. Also, he pit 1 lap earlier, so like I said, short pitting is the best thing to do.
You know, if I short pit, a caution would come out and I'd be caught a lap down. That's just how my luck works, Dan. I'm
That's
telling
always your luck, right?
you. That's how I feel anyway. It's like I hate to short pit because, like, it'll help you, obviously, if it stays green, but I feel like as soon as I come into pit, bam, a caution's going to come out.
I tell you what, looking at the time in pits here, Justin Michael must have a JGR pit crew because he had a 13.608 pit stop. Everyone else was in the 14s, except for Jonathan Luzell. He had a 13.7, but everyone else was in the 14s except for him.
Nice.
That's a nice stop. And, oh, we got one spinning.
Uh-oh.
Looked like the 10 got loose there. Blake Freeman.
Yeah, the 18's not happy with him at all right now.
Take a look at it here and see what happened. Just got loose on the outside and came down right into the 18 and then continued getting loose and now goes flying through the grass. Tough break for Blake Freeman there. Tough break for the 18 as well. That might be heavy damage on the right. You can see the damage is right behind the right tire there.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, these guys, we have our own safety rating within the league. After week 4, we enforce that, so everybody's going to have their own league licenses, and you have to meet, you know, it's the same standards as iRacing has pretty much. You have to have, you know, an A license to run in A cars, B to run in B, and C to run in C. Unless you're running in a higher series, whatever the highest series that you run in for a championship, that's your minimum standard. So let's say you run an A Cup. You have to have an A car license to run in any series. And that's going to hurt some of these guys. Blake Freeman came in here tonight. Blake had no practice. That hurts. You got to have practice coming in here.
Oh, man, Todd McDuffie.
Oh, no.
He's another one. Same thing that happened to Austin Osborne. I believe was who it was. Got loose, or no, Tony Diamond. I'm sorry, Tony Diamond. Got loose on the apron, got a little bit too much on the throttle, and just spun it around and hard into that inside wall.
And another perfect example that practice makes perfect. Another driver, the 03 Todd McDuffie, absolutely no laps of practice here tonight in this session. Don't know what he did in the last session, but you got to come into a race session. You got to put laps in because they might not be might not be the same. We run different weather because it's dynamic weather, so it's random. So what some of these guys run in the go home qualifying might not be the same as it is in the race lobby. I think Todd McDuffie just lost it again.
We just had a pass for the lead. Justin Michael, new leader out there.
Oh, man. These boys better watch out because he has came from 31st place to get this lead.
Do you know if you looked up the definition of dominating in the dictionary, you get a picture of Justin Michael?
Telling you, he's definitely putting on a show. You got Rob Haynes though. Let's not keep Rob Haynes out the picture here. Started 33rd, has worked his way up to 7th, and Rob Haynes is one of the fastest guys in this series as well. A lot of fast guys here in this top 10. It is stacked right now. You never know who's going to win. Plenty of racing to go. They're only on lap 56. You know, we got more green flag pit stops to come. I'm sure of it. So you never know what's going to happen here.
And Justin Michael better hope that his pit stops are perfect because that is going to be the key. As long as this thing stays green, it's going to be that last pit stop that makes the difference. I believe these guys can go one more stop and that's it.
They don't have to make it until lap, I believe, 76. If they pit before 76, they won't be able to make it to the end. I was told 24 to 27 laps on a green flag run. So you can look at anywhere from lap 73 to 80 that you're going to see some green flag pit stops here.
You know, if they do have to pit before that, if there is someone out there that knows how to do the Brad Keselowski technique, you know, there could be a possibility of them saving maybe 2 to 3 extra laps. All you got to do is just clutch it going into the corner and let her roll out on the throttle.
Yeah, the only person I could see doing that right now is if you are the top three, Justin, Dalton, or Ronnie, because these guys have a 3-second lead. They can afford to do something like that. Anybody else is going to lose a lot of time while trying to clutch like that. And either way, you're going to have to pit again. So I don't see anybody doing that, but you're right, man. It's definitely a possibility.
We'll see what happens here. We'll see if they have to do fuel strategy or if they can make it the whole way to lap 76 here, and we'll see what happens.
I'm going back and looking at when Justin Michael pit here, and it looks like he made a pit stop around lap 42. So 30 laps would be lap 72. He's going to have to pit again, and he might even have to pit again after that. This might hurt Justin because I believe he short pit, and now he might have 2 more pit stops.
Yeah, Dalton Tucker was the first one out of those 3 that pit, so he's definitely going to be short on fuel.
I think this is going to come down to a fuel game, fuel strategy. Somebody who pit a little late there, you might see him just come out of nowhere to win this thing. Don't be surprised if that happens here tonight. I love races like that, Christian. You know, you never know who's going to win. It's kind of like Kurt Busch winning the Daytona 500. Who would have thought? You know, I don't think anybody watching the race was like, oh my God, 10 to go. Kurt Busch is going to win this.
I was so mad about that, though. Chase Elliott had that thing in the bag and then ran out. I was so mad. You know, and Kurt Busch just so happened to be sponsored by Monster Energy. I don't know. It's fishy.
Ken Worley and Chuck Harrell coming in for green flag pit stops. These look scheduled.
Dalton Tucker came in too. He short pitted a little bit. I don't know about that much.
A little bit of different strategies. Could be maybe bumped the wall and we missed it. I'm not sure. It could definitely be a fuel strategy going on right now that we're not aware of. So many guys here tonight. You got 20 guys left on the lead lap, and then after that you got about 10 guys who are a lap down. So there's definitely some strategy going on. I'm sure they all hope it stays green here, and it's a good chance. You know, we're pretty split apart here. Got Matt Moritz hitting up pit road right now. Dalton Tucker was blinking a lot there and lost it coming into turn 3 on lap 64. He got a little bit loose there and had to get it corrected. So he's going to lose a lot of time now. Remember, he's now showing in about the 22nd position on the green flag pit stop. So we'll see where he ends up when this cycles through, but that's definitely going to hurt him.
I'm taking a look at Josh Soucy's car here, and he's got right front damage, and he's still up here in the top 5. So good job for him staying out there with the damaged car and keeping it up in the top 5.
Yeah, and I was just going to bring that up too, man. It's funny you say. He just passed the number 86 Lily car of Josh Conover, powered by Haters Make Us Famous. So he's taking over, man. He's moving up, and he's got his sights set on the top 3 now. Could be one of them guys to watch out for as far as strategy goes. said Lily, he actually has Worth on the car there tonight. Josh Conover in that white number 86.
Quite a few people in the top 10 that we haven't really talked about tonight so far. We've got Jonathan Lizelle 6th, Scott Hunsinger 7th, and Douglas Hetz 8th, Brad Borer 9th. We haven't really mentioned them at all. And here they are, top 10, here coming into the late stages of the race. Oh, it looks like Ronnie's coming in here. He's taking a pit stop. That's about... Oh, and so Justin Michael is too. So that's about 30 laps to go. They're going to be close on pit, or on fuel. We'll see who has a better stop here. Josh Conover kind of came through his pit box there. Oh, Justin Michael is going to get the race out of pit road against Ronnie Norman there. Right now, Luis Almaso leading a few more laps here.
I was giving Josh Susie a little bit of shit there on track in the admin channel. He's running a DuPont car there tonight, and Nick Olson owns Exalta, so we look at Exalta and DuPont as kind of the same. It's the same thing. But I guess he had permissions to run it. I just enjoy giving guys shit. As Josh Susie's now leading this race. 5.6 second lead. I'm not sure what his schedule is on pits here. He has not come in since lap 47, and as we speak, Josh Susie in that 81 is going to make some green flag pit stops coming in now.
Yeah, everyone that pits after him is going to be the best on fuel. Really, everyone who pit before him is probably going to be cutting it close. I know a thing or two about fuel strategy races. I lost one coming out of turn 4, and let me tell you, it is not fun. But those are the most exciting races ever, fuel strategy races.
For sure, man. For sure. You know, you're not really racing the guys around you. You're racing the track, and you got your own strategy in mind, and whatever strategy works the best is the one that's going to work out as long as it plays in your favor. A caution right now could ruin it for a lot of guys. A lot of guys could be caught a lap down right now. We have 17 cars on the lead lap right now. If you counted all the lead lap cars and then the one lap cars, that would be 27. So you got about 10 cars 1 lap down. You got 3 cars that are 2 laps down. So there's still a lot of guys out here on the track trying to make something happen. I think we got about 34 cars on track still.
Oh, and Terry Griffey hit the commitment cone entering pit road. Oh, man. Didn't get it woed up in time there. That'll be a penalty.
He might get lucky. I think he came in. Let me look. I'm gonna pause this at the line. He came in at 57. Pit speed limit's 50. I don't know if he came down in time. By the next
That's
line
close.
there, that's definitely gonna be a close.
But I think with hitting the commitment cone and 2 tires being out in the grass, I thought he would have gotten the iRacing unsafe pit entrance. But maybe he didn't have his car out too high. That was close.
I kind of want to caution because I kind of want to talk to a few guys here, man. I hate to say it. I want an update on how the track feels. I'm seeing a lot of rubber built up, and I want to know how it kind of differentiates what these guys did at the beginning of the race, defer to right now, how the track feels.
Tell you what, we got a battle for the lead brewing as Ronnie Norman just dropped the lead from 0.4 down to 2.5 in one corner, so he is coming quick. Looks like Justin Michael might be saving here.
For sure, man. I see him right on his tail. I last showed a 0.48. That's 0.4 behind, but now he's only 1/10 behind. He is right on him, about to take this lead over. This is definitely a battle in the brewing if we're catching this live.
Oh, Ronnie might try something here in turn 3. Kind of looked like he was going to look below, but kind of tucked in behind him.
Yeah, fill his mirror up. That's old Dale Senior style there. Just fill his mirror up, make him make a mistake, and when you see him make one, take it. I don't think he's going to try to do anything drastic here. He's just going to fill his mirror up and put the pressure on, try to make him mess up.
Yeah, I think he's forcing him to push the car more than Michael wants to not save fuel. Because he was up there saving fuel. Ronnie now gets up on him, and now they're both going the same pace. So either Ronnie's saving too, or he forced Justin to go a little faster. As you can see, Ronnie gives him a little bump almost there going into turn 1.
Yeah, the Justin Michael pit on lap 70-71, he will not make it to the end. So as we talked about there, that might be a strategy that was worth playing if a caution came out. But again, Ronnie Norman pit on lap 70-71 as well. So these boys are about dead even. I don't know if Justin just knows he can't make it, so he's trying to make more laps out of it. You'd have to go 30 laps. You'd have to go 30 laps to make it to the end here. And Ronnie said he's just gonna try to win this thing. He doesn't care about the fuel. He wants to go. Guy who's playing it safe right now, Luis Salmaso, in that number 4, sitting back there in third. He definitely has a good shot at winning this as well if it comes down to fuel, because I think he was better off. He pit on lap 74.
Oh,
So
yeah. He's good.
He's perfect on fuel, and he's going to give it everything he has. Do a little homework on the 81 of Josh Susie here, pit lap 74-75. So again, Susie's good on gas. It's the top 2 that you have to worry about. These boys are going to have to extend their fuel mileage a little bit, but they have a 6-second lead, Christian. So what do you think, man? Can you make a 6-second lead work out and save some gas?
Well, that 6-second lead is kind of thinning out. I don't know. You can save, but not that much. I mean, with that small of a gap, maybe a quarter of a lap you could save. That's about it. I mean, a quarter of a lap sounds like a lot. I mean, any amount of lap is good, but I don't think it'll be enough for these guys, honestly.
I was told 27 lap fuel run in practice, and that means Justin Michael and Ronnie Norman would fall short here if it does indeed come down to that. They're going to have to save some gas, and if they don't, well, your battle right now is between Luis Almaso and Josh Susi sitting there in third and fourth. A lot of strategy being played here in the ECR BeeLine Sim Series. Guys, again, check out them BeeLine Sim Series products, man. BeeLine Sim products. They are our sponsor here for ECR this year. Fantastic to have them aboard because they put out a good product, and we wouldn't have them if they didn't. BeeLine Sim products, check them out.
You can find the
definitely
link in the description as well to their website.
There you go.
I was on top of it. No. Pop the collar a little bit right there.
Get an update on James Peterson, who is now 2 laps down. I just think looking at Jim Peterson's lap times compared to the rest of the field, you know, he's constantly losing time on everybody, just not running solid laps. You know, it's just good enough, but with so many cars out here, maybe he didn't pit very well either. You know, he's just letting cars go by right now. He's just trying to come out here and survive. So I know I've seen a few comments in the chat there by Carol wanting to know how James Peterson was doing. James is just holding on, trying to finish races, gain that experience, and hopefully become a little bit more competitive in the next few weeks. He's kind of testing his limits right now and seeing what he can get done here in the BeeLine Sim Series.
Tell you what, Ronnie Norman's running the outside lane. I don't know if I like that strategy. That's wasting more gas. That's the longer line around. Wait a second. I want to ride on board with him because I think I just heard him clutch it.
With the leader?
I believe so. I think Ronnie Norman just clutched it.
Yeah, let's ride along. He is definitely running a lot slower than all the cars around him. You got 33rd of Tony Diamond going by him now, and if you remember, I said Tony Diamond has some damage.
The clutch is to the floor. Ronnie
is
saving a lot of fuel here. This is gonna get
with 10 to go. Yeah, I mean, I just, Christian, I don't think he realized it until it was too late. I really don't. If he's just now saving, he's probably screwed in this situation.
I don't know. He might be able to save enough. Maybe Justin Michael didn't save enough. He's right there. Maybe he's not clutching at all.
The thing these boys want right now more than anything is a caution, I'll tell you that. Oh man, Luis Almaso's just got to be licking his chops right now. You know, he has closed in on these guys. He's going hardcore. He's definitely catching them. He's right here in their rearview mirror. He's going to be your leader in the next 2 to 3 laps. Luis Almaso's going to take over the lead. So these guys saving it, they're not going to win because Luis is good on gas and he's giving it 100%. He's right here in their mirrors now as we are talking.
Yeah, I'm riding on board with Luis, and his view is definitely good for him. He's got the 2 leaders right in front of him.
Luis is going to look to that outside, take that safe spot. He's going to easily take over these positions. This is not going to be anything for Luis to take. These guys are saving gas. He's just going to mosey on by. Excuse me, coming by. Bam, new leader, Luis Almaso in that number 4 car. The name of strategy. That's the game, man. You got to, you know, high risk, high reward.
Yeah, like I said, the short pitting works to a point. You don't want to short pit on that last pit stop. That is not the stop to do it on.
Ronnie Norman definitely in trouble here as he keeps it high. Keeps it off the wall. It was very close, and he's going to let all these cars go on by him here as he falls back to 3rd. got Josh Susie running hard here. He's coming hard in the fourth position. Might even take over that position because Josh Susie's pretty good on gas. He pit lap 74, 75. So Josh Susie's good on gas as well. I just think your top two guys, Ronnie Norman and Justin Michael, them guys pit a little bit too early to make anything happen here at the end.
5 laps remaining, looks like. Oh, man. I don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah, the battle right now is for fourth. It's for third. Sorry, Josh Susie trying to take over that position from Ronnie Norman. I see that as the battle right now.
You know what I just realized? Justin Michael kind of seems to have picked up the pace again. Maybe he's trying to come back at Luis here. We got 4 laps to go here.
He's only 2/10, so I mean, that could change everything. You know, it may tell him that he's good on gas, but if he's been saving this whole time, that estimation is going to be based off of what he's been saving. So now if he goes back to 100%, he's not going to be good for the end. And we're going to find out here. I hope we're getting this action. He's coming for Luis right now.
This battle for the lead's getting good here. I wonder if he has got enough.
Yeah, I mean, if he has enough, he might have just saved enough, took care of them tires to make this happen. This is going to be a heck of a battle here. Luis Almaso hitting his marks, but he's got a whole mirror full there. Justin Michael in the number 1 car. Justin Michael's driving for Nick Olson here tonight. Nick Olson currently running in the 13th position, 1 lap down.
Gonna ride on board with Justin Michael to try to hear if he runs out here. This is where the battle is right now.
I'll try to get other battles going on for you just in the background here to let you guys know at home what's going on.
White flag is out here.
Brad Borer might pick up the 6th position off of Douglas Hess. There's another battle going on, but you keep it on them leaders there. 7th place, Brad Borer looking on the inside.
Justin Michael is out of fuel. Justin Michael is out of fuel going into 3.
There it is. Yes, sir.
Oh, man, and Josh Susie gonna come in and take 2nd. Look at Ronnie Norman. He's out of fuel, too.
Luis Almaso just punched his ticket to the ECR BeeLine Sim Series chase. Congratulations to him.
Oh, man. It seemed like everyone started running out of fuel there on that last lap. That was just like the Daytona race. I tell you, that was awesome.
That was insane, man. I can't believe it.
Scott Hunsinger sounds like he ran out after the finish. Wow, these guys are all running out.
Well, I don't know if you want to go to a commercial and we'll get these top 3 guys here in for some interviews.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's head to a quick commercial break since we didn't get to do any during this race. So we'll get them in real quick.
The Desk Dash from BeeLine Sim, a fully functional USB-powered gauge cluster for your sim rig that comes with a 10,000 RPM tachometer, oil temperature, water temperature, oil pressure, and fuel level gauges. At BeeLine Sim, we integrate professional-grade gauges from Marshall Instruments, control hardware and software from simprojects.com, and our own cross connects and chassis fabrication to bring you a plug-and-play solution that is pre-tested, pre-assembled, and pre-configured. The Desk Dash has a programmable shift indicator, warning indicators, and your choice of orange or white backlighting with the flick of a switch. The Desk Dash, only from BeeLine Sim. If you're looking for realism, it doesn't get any better than this. This is the finish line. This is BeeLine. Visit us on the web at BeelineSim.com. This is the finish line. You don't get here by quitting the race a few laps early or by driving at half throttle. You get here by giving it 100%. So if you're a sim racer, why would you settle for a steering wheel that's only 80% of what you need? Instead, upgrade your stock G27 with a full-size wheel from BeeLine Sim products. BeeLine Sim provides customized controls and systems integration for the sim racer that's looking for an extra edge over the competition. Our wheel upgrade kits are pre-wired to plug right into your G27 with no loss of button or shift indicator functionality. Everything comes complete, including a full-size 13.5-inch Grant Formula GT wheel, HDPE adapter hub, button plate made from 1/4-inch ABS plastic, along with all of the connectors and mounting hardware you need. So why settle for 80% of a wheel when you can have 100% with an upgrade kit from BeeLine Sim? This is the finish line. This is BeeLine. Visit us at BeelineSim.com.
Welcome back. We are with third place, Justin Michael. Justin Michael, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Justin, what a race, I tell you. You were up front a lot of that race. And to finish third, I'm sure not the result you wanted, but it seems like pit strategy kind of bit you there. Tell us how your race went there.
We started off pretty bad. We spun in qualifying, was trying to get everything we could out of it, but so we started in the very, very back. But third place was still pretty disappointing because we had a car to win. Yeah, we screwed ourselves on pit strategy. I pitted one lap too early, and I realized it after I pitted. I was coming out of the pits, and I just thought to myself, it's there's no way I'm going to be able to make it. So it is what it is. So at least we got third.
Yeah, third place, better than finishing a lap down, or in the garage even. So obviously, good job finishing third. And it was pretty interesting seeing you guys save fuel there and the techniques. We saw Ronnie clutching it. He kind of noticed a little too late. It seems like you realized it early enough, and you didn't have to clutch. But good job on getting third. And is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, just everybody out there watching your broadcast and everybody out there I stream at twitch.tv/SimTV. Just thank everybody for watching.
Justin, you're a rookie this year, man, but you are 2 for 5 right now, so it's not a bad average to have. You have 2 wins out of 5 races. You have led laps in every single race that you have been in ECR so far. So in a way, you're 5 for 5. What is the difference in the competition that you see this year versus every other place that you run?
They force people to practice here, and so I think that really helps. It helps people have more control of the cars and have better, I think, long runs, which we usually excel at. So, but overall, the competition is it's real good here. A lot of side by side racing. A lot of people will they'll race you too wide for a couple laps before they'll let you go. So, I definitely like it over here.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on your third place finish there, man. I know it's not what you were looking for here tonight, but you had mentioned you ran out of gas on that last lap, so kind of coasting across to get you a third can't be that bad.
No, not at all. I mean, about 5 laps to go, I figured about where I'd run out, and going into 3, and that's about where we ran out. So nothing we could do about it. But I figured I'd finish in top around 4th or 5th. So third's still pretty good.
Heck yeah, man. Christian, you over there with Josh Susie there?
I am. Josh Susie, you got a copy there?
Yes, sir.
Well, Josh, you come in second. It seems like you had the right strategy. Maybe not the perfect strategy, but you come in second. You were able to save enough fuel. Tell us how your whole race went.
It went really well. Started 7th or 6th or something like that, I believe. Ran out front the whole race. I was looking at laps. I did a run in practice, saw what we could do, and I saw a couple people stay out with me and do the full run just about after that first caution, and that was the difference. I seen people short pitting, and I was like, no, that's way too early if we stay green. The only mistake I made all night long is I pit 1 lap after Luis on that final pit stop when I shouldn't have, and that's pretty much the difference of first and second right there tonight. But it is what it is, and I'm glad for once the long run can prevail over the short pitting, and we'll take it.
Yeah, I tell you what, you had damage on your right front. I seen possibly from getting into the wall, but to finish second even with damage, you definitely knew how to keep it in one piece and keep the job done. So good job out there, and congrats on second.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Early in the race, I just clipped the wall out of four with the right rear. It was like 8 seconds of optional, so it wasn't a big deal.
All right, well, good luck next week when we head to Las Vegas. And Anthony, you got anything you want to say to him?
Yeah, Josh, congratulations on your second place finish, man. I know you were looking hard there to try to get that win, and it just didn't come. And is there anything you think you could have done different here tonight to actually bring that win home, or do you just think it was where the chips fell?
It's pretty much where the chips fell. Like I said, it was that one lap difference. I think we did it on 2 stops in a row where I stopped 1 lap after Luis just to make sure I had a little bit extra in the bank. And that was enough of a gap. You know, you figure anywhere from 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds each time, and I ended up 3 seconds behind him. So I think that was the biggest difference right there. And I was making ground on him at the end, and then we got involved with some pit strategy and lap traffic, and some guys are on new tires, and a couple guys I felt kind of raced me a little wrong, but you know, that is what it is. They're trying to keep their position too, and you know, you got to respect that. So you just buckle up and keep going. I really wanted that win tonight, man. I can officially now say that it's safe. I'm going to be a father for the first time, so I was really hoping to spread that news in victory lane, but I guess I'll have to do it from second place here on pit road. And say good job, Luis.
Hey, man, congratulations there, Susie. I'm sure you made your owner, Ronnie Norman, happy. You know, you're not running for the points in this series. I think you're a cup driver, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. BeeLine.
Oh, are you running for the championship in BeeLine?
Yes, I am.
Well, hey, man, that's even better. I mean, second place puts you up there in the points. You know, you're up there competing against your owner, Ronnie Norman, for a championship, and that just puts 2 of them cars up there in points. So I'm sure he's pretty happy and stoked about your finish here tonight, man. Congrats again on your second place finish.
Thank you, man.
Anthony, you want to go ahead and start with Luis?
Sure, Luis Almaso in victory lane, man. How you doing, bud?
I'm grooving, baby. I'm grooving.
I'll tell you what, I know that you are one happy man after Daytona. You were one of them guys who was just so happy to have had Daytona in your rear view mirror. And now we come on to Atlanta where the real season starts. You punch a ticket to the chase. You are a BeeLine Sim Series driver, right? Going for that championship. So you're in the chase. You're set. Congratulations on your win tonight, man. How does this change your season overall now?
To be quite honest, I don't think it changes one bit. After last year, I ran the Cup Series for points last year. Came up short a little bit on the championship at the final round because one of the races that I didn't participate. So when I decided to run this series this year, I said, you know what? Every race is for the win, no matter the points. Don't worry about that thing. Let's just run each race to the front and get the best result possible. Try to win every week. So that's the mindset. That was the mindset at Daytona. And we talked, and I had technical issues with my equipment right before the green flag at Daytona, so I couldn't even participate in the race. And that was even more frustrating after all the week of preparation, all the races that I ran, the whole thing. And not even being able to participate in the race was very frustrating. So came back this week, brand new equipment, brand new thing, got adjusted, got situated, and it paid off. All the calculations with the team, we were talking on the radio during the race, what we're going to do, what is the strategy, how long can we go? And midway through the thing, we changed the strategy. I didn't run a complete fuel run in the very first stop, so that forced me to run the second run that we had before the final pit stop to the limit. I pitted with 0.1 gallons of fuel on my tank. I'm pretty sure the engine was going to start stalling the moment I hit pit road, and that was the count, the necessary count that that made us go all the way to the finish. I had other teammates on the same strategy. They also came home with a pretty good finish. So that was the mindset. That is the mindset. That's what we're going to try to do from here on out.
Heck yeah, man. I guess it worked out there in your favor. I know that I had called in the broadcast. Hope you guys get a chance to go back and watch that. I said, man, some of these guys had short pit, and right now, Luis and Josh are the leaders right now, looking at the guys who actually will make this to the end. And I'm so glad it stayed green, man. I know you are, but as a fan sitting up in the booth watching and just watching you guys go at it and watching the strategy happen, you wanted to see this go green. Whether no matter who it helped, no matter who it hurt, you kind of wanted to see how this played out, because that's what it's all about, man. You had some guys short pit, hoping to make it to the end, and if a caution happened, heck, pays off even better for them guys. And then you had the guys like you and Josh Susi who, played it a little bit more safe, and if a caution happened, it would have hurt you, because definitely would have helped you anyway. I mean, you guys would have been back there in third, fourth, fifth, wherever you were, but either way, you would have been good to the end. So definitely pays off, man. I mean, you were 21st fastest in practice, you qualified 12th, and you come home with the win. So congratulations, man. I'm going to hand this over to Christian. Had a lot of fun here watching you guys tonight, man. Enjoyed it, and enjoy your celebration there, brother.
Yeah, I need to give a big shout out to all my teammates at Dirty Dog, to Scott, to Ken Morley, to Tony D. Ken was actually the one that pointed me out where I was on the track when he came out of the pits, and he went by me with fresh tires. All of a sudden, I see two guys fighting, and Ken just comes on the radio and said, "Luis, you're pretty close to the leaders. I'm pretty sure you can take them." So he gave me that final go get them, and I wanted to get there by with at least 5 to go, because then I said, if I'm in front, a caution comes out, I'm home. So that's good. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to BeeLine Sims. Awesome products, and thank them for sponsoring the series. And a big shout out to the father-to-be, Josh Susi. That was pretty good news. So another member of the ECR family coming our way in 2017.
Christian Snyder, you there, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome, man. He's all yours. Got any questions for him?
Yeah, I know you said that it doesn't really change anything for you as far as this season goes, but are you possibly gonna, obviously you had good fuel strategy tonight. If fuel strategy's in the picture, are you kind of gonna get a little bit, try the limits of it next week, or maybe even in the future, just try the limits to try to get a win, anything you can?
I'm normally one of those guys that like to go a little bit longer when peak sequence starts, just because I have in the back of my head that guys with fresh tires coming to the track, depending on the track that we are and depending how difficult the setup is to drive, depending on the track, there's a big chance that something bad can happen. So if you stay on the track a couple laps longer, if you're not into too much of a gap in terms of time, and you can make that up later, I always like that strategy, and every time that we pitted tonight was based on that. So that's pretty much the way that I see it. Guys like to short pit, be more aggressive, come back with fresher tires. That's just the way that they drive. I try to think about a different way sometimes, but I don't think it changes that much on how we're going to approach every week. It's good to have a win. It's good to be potentially locked into the chase and get that thing out of the way very soon. If something happens, you don't have to worry about it that much, but it opens it up to, if something happens, whatever, I got to win. So we can pick our spots to be a little bit more aggressive, drive a little bit more careful, even playing around with the fact that we are in a really good position in the championship, and pretty much be not so friendly towards whoever we're driving around, saying, hey, I'm going to put my car on the line. I'm in the chase. Are you sure you want to go toe-to-toe, door-to-door with me on this one, or let me by? So you never know. You never know what guys are going to be going through. Some guys will lift, some guys will not, and we'll see when it happens. So, but it depends. It depends on what happens. But it will be interesting. It will be interesting to be able to be a sharpshooter from now on, just to pick our spots.
Well, we can't wait to watch the season unravel here in the BeeLine Sim Series. And you know, you did a great job out there, and congrats again on the win.
Thanks, bud. Thanks for the broadcast. Appreciate everything.
All right, well, that's going to do it tonight. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Definitely, leave a like and subscribe for awesome races like this every week. I mean, these guys put on a great show. It's not just tonight. It's not just last week. It's every week that these guys do this. So leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more awesome races. And if you have iRacing and you're looking to join the league, I did leave a link to the website so you can check us out. And also check out our sponsors, BeeLine Sim. They're also in the description. So thanks for watching, and have a good night, everyone.